guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I will be going over my budget for July 10th paycheck, which includes my brother's, or a little bit of my brother's money. Actually, no it doesn't. So these are things that I either got money from or whatever. So unfortunately my brother was not able to contribute anything to his fund, but instead overdrafted his account in my bank account. So you'll see exactly what happened. So 710, and I got $882.41. So, and I actually had to do this on a Google Sheets because it just got very confusing where the money was coming from, and I kind of created like a flow from, like, I love when I was working at my full-time job that I was able to make Excel sheets connect with each other. So anyway, so now I just recreated it for my budget, so it's easier instead of writing it on paper. I used to, like, literally I would just write it on this scrap piece of paper and then you erase it every week, and I'm just like, why do I have to do that when I can just easily type it out and let it flow on its own, and I don't really have to do that much calculations because it'll do the calculations for me. Anyway, so for maintenance I added $316.74 because I needed to, and just to replenish that account. And then for Copa I added $50 because he is my doggo, and my brother did not contribute anything to Kion, but he has plenty, so I'm fine with him not contributing. So then for me money, I contributed $265.67, and then $200 to food, and then $50 to family. So there's going to be a lot of red in here because I am negative quite a lot. So yeah, so in total I should get my calculator for you guys if I know where it is. What the heck? Oh geez, I lost my calculator. See, I was not prepared completely. So anyway, 316.74 plus 50 plus 265.67 plus 200 plus 50 is 882 and 41 cents. And I also, totally forgot, 200, which is to my high yield savings account that is from my shop. So I just contributed $200 regardless, and that is pretty much that. Oh gosh, I forgot, 200 plus the I get interest on my high yield savings account, so in total it is $551 and 33 cents. So I got $351.33 in interest because my account is over 100,000. So yeah, anyway, so for savings I will add that all up together later, but this is, totally messed up already, $551 and 33 cents. Okay, so now for the red. It's gonna be scary when you see it, and it's quite disappointing, but okay, so for the main thing, obviously it was past the first of the month, so I usually send my dad the maintenance, and I also had to pay for the ACs, which is kind of stupid of how much, or ridiculous how much the AC cost. They raised the price so it was $250 that I knew of, and then they raised it additional $25, but it's for each AC that you have in the house. And I don't know. There's like my parents keep the door closed because of the cats. They don't like the cats in their room. So yeah, so that's why the AC can technically travel to their room, but it just doesn't. My room gets very cold because I'm right next to the AC. So yeah. Anyway, it's just a whole thing. So in total of maintenance, I had to send my dad this amount. So it's quite sad, but it is okay. So then for gifts and Christmas, I believe this. Sorry. Woo! Don't be touching things I shouldn't be touching. So I believe, I actually don't know. Because I reconciled this after I threw out the expense sheet, or like the transaction log that I was tracking with. So yeah, which is unfortunate, but I'm just tracking everything on my Google Sheets now. All the expenses, like all the transactions, instead of writing it out on paper. Even though I like to write it out on paper, it's just easier to just manage it on a Google Sheets or Excel, because everything is there and I know everything's going to be there, and I won't miss anything. So then for me money, I have to pay myself back for this because technically I overpaid, or not really overpaid, but I usually pay. So one of my credit cards is 0% APR for like a certain number of months, so I like to pay like the minimum, or not the minimum, but not the full balance, but just enough that is above minimum, or more than minimum. My goodness, I don't know how to explain it, but anyway, for some reason Wells Fargo, once you set it to auto payment, it just takes out whatever. So I did not realize that, and you can't change it in the app itself. You have to call them, and by the time I realized, it was just done already. So yeah, so that is what happened. So then for entertainment, I went to a Broadway show. I used the lottery drawing, and I got the tickets for 6, although my seat was horrible. I don't know whose idea was it to have that seat available, but yeah, it was just, what the hell. But it was $45. I couldn't complain as much, because it would probably cost a pretty penny of how much the tickets cost. So then for food, I made a purchase, or in total it was $141.91. Then you want to know my brother's ridiculous, $2,238.87. I had to pay his tuition before it goes to collections, and I don't know, I should have just let it go to collections to teach him a lesson, but I don't know, it's just frustrating. So now he has to pay me back. And then for family, I pay, in total the transaction was $242.98. So that is pretty much that. So now I can do the calculations. Okay, so for maintenance, and I am looking at my iPad because I pulled up my Google Sheets, so it's going to be easier for me to make sure that everything is a-okay. So 1,332.34 minus 1,237.04, and then I add 316.74, and that gives me $412.04. So, which is correct. Then I didn't spend anything in clothing yet. I will reconcile that once I pay that next paycheck, or next budget breakdown. Okay, so then for gifts and Christmas, it was $390 minus $139.28 is $250.72. Then hair and beauty, I didn't spend anything. I usually trim my own my goodness. I usually just trim my own bangs, but if I want my back, like the back of my hair, I don't trust myself cutting the back of my hair. I can I can cut my front of my hair, but if you ask me to cut my back of my hair, I don't know. I can't. I am not confident in that, but I can easily like just trim my bangs and then make it like almost like, oh my goodness, what was it? Curtain bangs. But right now it is, so right now I would probably just trim like probably half an inch off, because it's touching my eyes and it drives me nuts. So I usually clip it back, if that was the case. But anyway, if it gets annoying, then I would go to a salon. My goodness, that was just like a whole lot of talking. Anyway, so for Copa I added 50, so that is simple math, $8.50. Then for Kion, didn't add anything, so he remains at $662.55. Then for Me Money, it was $460.50 plus $265.67 minus $1197.29 gives me a negative of $471.12. So even though I write it in red, I just going to indicate that it is a negative. I believe I did that. Yeah. So then when I add them, I don't confuse myself. Even though I wrote it in red, it's just easier to know that is subtraction. Okay. So then for entertainment, it is 200 minus $45.99, and that also includes one of my streaming subscription. So that is 54.01. And then for food includes like buying groceries, or like sometimes my mom and I split it, so, or like she buys one week, I buy the other week, and so on. So 155, was it? Yes, 155.96 plus 200 minus 141.91, and that gives me $214.05. And then medical has nothing because I don't need to contribute until I find a full-time job. So for my brother, $760.83 minus 2,238.87 is negative, oh geez, negative 1,478.04. And this amount is his amount, so he just owes me this, I believe. Actually, maybe a little more. Let me see. So it's technically 380. No, not 380. 320. Woo. Plus 1250. So he owes me a little more than this. $100. A little less than $100 for that. Okay. So okay, and then for family, 236.20 plus 50 minus 242.98, it gives me $43.22. So then I don't have anything in Costco and BJ's. Okay, so in total, $412.04 plus 500 plus 250, 72 plus 120 plus 850, 80 plus 662, 55 plus, I'm just going to do all the positives first, 01 plus 214, 05 plus 4322 minus 471.12 minus 1478.04, and that gives me $1,258.23. It was quite sad to see all that money go, because 2 weeks ago I had this amount and now I have this. It is what it is. I know my brother is getting a, like, because he didn't take his annual leave, he gets paid out for those, so I'll just take that money back and recoup on that, because yeah, I just want him to understand what the heck happened. Anyway, so like, I think it finally clicked to him that it's not just me doing this, it's also you trying to do this as well. Even though I'm helping you with your budget, doesn't mean I'm the one only managing it, if that makes sense. Anyway, so 46,571.74 plus 551.33 gives me 47,123.07. And then I didn't add anything to my savings, my home savings I should say. Didn't add anything there, so everything else remains the same. 4502, and then the total is 47 plus 42, 500 plus 8,000 plus 4502 plus 103,625 and 7 cents. Correct. So my total amount plus 1,258 and 23 cents, is 104,883 and 30 cents minus my, technically, I'm not even gonna bother, because it's a negative amount, so he owes me, so it is what it is. So pretty much that is that. So I'm going to update this section here. So this is 103,273.74 cents, and then 103,625.07. So I realized that I did not have enough space, so I'm going to just add it to this page. Next time I will probably give myself more room on this page to track my high yield savings. My goodness, excuse my hair. High yield savings tracker, because I realized I needed more space because it only goes up to October. So I'm hoping that I get a job in the last quarter of the year. We shall see. And then here I updated with a bigger sticky note how much as of the 10th. So in total I saved for the year $9,378, which is amazing still. So now I'm just going to color it in. I already marked out the squares, so perfect. So I don't know if I will be able to add next paycheck. Maybe I will try. So I already did the random savings for the first half of the year. So I don't know if I'll be able to manage this. Maybe once I get a job, then I'll try to recover for that. But no pressure. And then yeah, that is pretty much that. I will update this, the last paycheck. I don't know when my brother will be getting his what do you call it? His technically bonus paycheck. We shall see. Maybe it might be the last paycheck of July, or it could be the first week of August, because usually it's after the last paycheck of the fiscal year, which most likely will be end of July, so it'll probably be in the next one. So I don't know how it works. So that is pretty much the budget for this paycheck. I hope you guys enjoyed. It's quite sad to see all of these reds, but life happens, and my brother is just a silly goose. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!